Hello again. Two videos in a day and a weekday as well. Like, so I've just finished work now. It's just turned 5 p.m. And before I settle in for the evening, I've not got my daughter this evening. I just thought I'd do a quick video because I mentioned it this morning that I was going to do a video about making a test light to check your timing, your static timing on your motorbike. You know, if you look in the Honda manual, I guess any other kind of motorbike manual, if you're doing this kind of thing, it'll recommend using a strobe light. I haven't got a strobe light. I don't think many people have got strobe lights actually, but you can actually effectively check your static timing just using a very simple test light. So I just thought I'd give you a bit of an overview about how you do this. So I'll put some pictures up so it makes it easier. The absolute minimum that you need is literally some cable. I've got some 2-core cable here and a bulb. Obviously something suitable for a 12 volt system. That's what you use on your bike. And I just happen to have an old headlamp from an old motorbike that I no longer have. It's a dual filament and it's a 3-prong bulb. So it'll have 2 lives and an earth. And basically the minimum you need is, 2-core cable and a bulb. And you could effectively do it like that, make your connections in some way, maybe with some cable ties or some insulating tape. It's not particularly sophisticated. It's better if you can expend a little bit of time and a little bit more expenditure on it. So the only, essentially all you need is the cable, the bulb, some crocodile clips, and maybe some kind of connectors, electrical connectors. You can do it by solder, but I've not bothered. I've just used crimp connectors, and all of which I actually had. I actually had all this stuff anyway, so it didn't really cost me anything. And literally all you do first is, obviously you trim the ends and expose the copper wire at each end of your two wires. And you then connect the, in my case, spade connectors onto 2 of the wires, which go onto the bulb. Now, just before, in this particular case, because I'm using a dual filament bulb, as I say, I've got 2 live contacts going to each filament and an earth. And when you've got a 3-prong bulb like this, they're very common. It's the one that's on the horizontal plane. If you look at it, look at the picture, you'll see. So the 2 vertical ones are the live ones, and the horizontal one is the earth. So basically, connect the wires up at the bulb end, and then at the other end you connect the crocodile clips. And basically, because I've used kind of domestic cabling, I've got a brown and blue, because it'd be going into a kind of a 3-pin plug really. So it's not really automotive wiring or anything, but just to keep and remind me, I connected the brown cable, which is live in a 3-pin plug. I connected that to one of the live terminals on my bulb, and I connected the blue, which is a neutral terminal, a neutral wire in a 3-pin plug. I connected that to the earth. So in my case, I've used brown for live, blue for earth, but obviously, you'll use whatever you've got. In the ideal world, you'd have a red for live and a black for earth, but I'm using what I've got. So you connect the crocodile clips, and essentially that's it. In my case, I've actually tried to make it a little bit more sophisticated in the sense that I've shielded the base of the bulb, and I've used, of all things, plastic deodorant roll-on deodorant kind of bottle. So I cut off the kind of the ball end, and it left a nice little kind of sleek, recessed kind of housing, which is just the right size to get the cabling and from the bulb in, and the connections from the bulb, and just tidied it up with some insulating tape, so it's all nicely insulated. And I've got a nice test cable. So we've got our test light all assembled. So how do we make sure it's working okay? Well, the first thing we do is actually test it on the bike's battery. Okay, so now I've got the blue cable connected to the earth terminal of the battery, and if I touch the live cable with the other one, hopefully, and there we go. We know we've got a nice connection there, and that's all you need. All you need is that lamp, and that will help you check and allow you to adjust the timing on your motorbike. You don't need any expensive strobe lights. Not that I'd ever even know how to use a strobe light, but I can use test lights, so that's good. So this is very easy for you. So hope you enjoyed that. Make a test light and test your timing. See you soon.